Hi guys, welcome back to the BMW Guy YouTube channel, and today we're going to be talking about the E87, and I'm going to be going through everything that I've had to replace or fix on this car in the 2 years, well 18 months that I've owned it. So I've put 18,000 miles on it. Sorry, no, 18. I've owned it for 18 months and I've put about 25,000 miles on it, so that has a fair bit of abuse, should we say, and in that time I had to do a lot of repairs on it. So I'm going to go through them now, list them one by one chronologically. So let's get straight into it. So when I first bought the car, it had one of the most common BMW 1 Series issues ever. Was the fuel cap wouldn't shut. Essentially, the spring broke in here that makes it springy, and that broke, and it just essentially hangs off. So I bought a new part. You had to buy this entire surround in here. It's quite difficult to fix, but yeah, I replaced it completely, and you sort of have to disconnect this off the old one, put it in. I actually dropped mine. You can see there's a nice dent there where I dropped it on the floor. So yeah, but that was the first thing I repaired. And also, just something to bear in mind, if you're going to do this repair, don't snap your little locking bit off. So if I lock the car now, as you can see, there's this bit here, and I actually snapped that off and it fell down in the door skin. In the end I managed to get it out, and I just stuck a blob of super glue and poked it back in the hole, and it's, so far, touch wood, it's stayed in place. So yeah, that's the first thing. Okay guys, so the second thing, this is sort of not really something I've had to fix, but the tyres were knackered on the car. So I had I replaced the front tyres first because they're in the worst condition, and I replaced the rear tyres afterwards. But I replaced them with non-run flat tyres because run flat tyres are just awful. I've actually made an entire video talking about that, so be sure to check that out if you're interested. But yeah, tyres, they were replaced as well. Oh, I'll also talk about the cost. So the fuel thing was 50 quid for the parts. Tyres, well, I think I paid around £400 for the rear tyres as a pair, with 50 quid off from ATS, and 175 for the fronts. So that's not too bad. That was quickly followed up by, however, a nasty knocking noise coming from the front of the car, and that turned out to be, well, after a bit of investigation, I found there was a lot of fluid and oil coming, sort of dripping all over this wheel. So instantly panic arose. I took it to the garage and had the front shocks replaced. That was £390 all in, and that solved that issue completely, so that was good. But yeah, that's it in terms of repairs. It did have a recall, which was a battery lead at the back. This was offered free by BMW, because essentially these cars would just stop for no reason at all. Well, it turns out the battery lead was faulty. This car has managed nearly 12 years of life with that faulty cable, so it was only done recently. So yeah, that was another thing. But I do have a few things on the list that are coming up. Obviously I've done all the oil changes, etc. I'm not including those in these videos because that's not something that breaks. But yeah, let's get, oh, actually I've had to have the exhaust reattached. So the exhaust likes to break on these cars. It just gets loose over time. 12 years of abuse. Bearing in mind I've done nearly 30,000 miles in this car in the last 18 months. It's quite a lot for a vehicle. So that is to be expected. It's a 12-year-old car. Exhaust don't last forever. So that's another thing that I had. I didn't have it replaced. I just had a couple of the clamps re-put on. Again, that was down at my local ATS, and that was about £6 for the clamp. They're really good down there. So and they know me because I've spent a lot of money with them in terms of various different tyres and cars and issues that I've owned. So yeah, that's all the things I've had to repair. I've got a few things on my list now that I'm going to go through, and the first one is going to be, I'm going to replace the drive shaft completely. I've been trying to work out a solution of how to get a way of sort of bodging it so that the wheel speed sensor reads correctly, just by distancing it away from the reluctant ring. But I think I'm just going to have to get it replaced. So that's something that's going to come up in a future video. I'm actually going to get a professional mechanic to do it, but I'm going to film it just because I want to give you the best quality tutorial. We're going to do it all with easy tools that you can get, and yeah, it'll just be a nice fun video. So stay tuned for that one. Then we've also got to replace the relay module, the glow plugs, and this is going to happen in the next few months. I've actually, believe it or not, I've got one for Christmas, so I'm going to be replacing that with, I think it shouldn't be too difficult. I've been looking on the forums, a lot of people complaining, a lot of people are saying it's actually easier just to take the old one out and repair it, and what it is, it's just the solder breaks inside it, but I'm going to just replace it completely, because it would just be easier. It'd just be another thing to say that I've done. It would be a good video for the channel. So yeah, those are the things that I've fixed during ownership. Apart from that, this car's been fantastic. And they're all age-related things anyway, so I'm not bothered at all. The X3 is running well. The Polo, this is actually my younger brother's car. That's had a few bits done on it. That's sort of similar mileage to this car, actually. I've caught it up fairly quickly. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe on the video, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.